The bracelets display the names of 9 imprisoned journalists as a reminder of the importance of the transparency of information. They include Ilhan Tohti, a minority Uyghur economist and writer in China, magazine editor Becky Mahubu in Swaziland, and Egyptian photographer Mahmoud Abu Zaid. The other journalists are held in Azerbaijan, Iran, Uzbekistan, Ethiopia, Vietnam, and Bahrain. Dana Priest, an award-winning Washington Post reporter who teaches a journalism class at the University of Maryland, says some of her students came up with the idea.
We decided that we needed to have an individual on each bracelet and the name of their country, and that would be a reminder right on your body of that person and where they are and where they are in jail.
Imprisoned journalists around the world are often abused and tortured, says campaign director Layla Sarcevic.
I really want people to have a conversation about it and to raise awareness of it.
The bracelets, which can be purchased online, cost $10. The money will be put into an emergency assistance fund to help journalists in dire situations. Advocacy director for the Committee to Protect Journalists, Courtney Radge, says most of those named on the bracelets were incarcerated on anti-state or retaliatory charges.
These journalists are primarily being jailed because they are critical. They are looking into the abuses of those in power, or simply trying to report on things that are happening in their countries.
Priest says that includes pieces on the internet, where governments are increasingly scrutinizing articles and other information.
And then they're using those against social media journalists, bloggers, and citizen journalists to stop them, to put them in prison, to exile them, to threaten them. That's happening in places like Ethiopia, in Vietnam, places in Central America, China for sure.
Over the past decade, the number of journalists being jailed has risen, she says. China holds the most, followed by Iran.
Not just imprisoning, but there were more journalists killed.
She hopes the campaign will increase pressure on governments to release imprisoned journalists. Deborah Block, VOA News, College Park, Maryland.